This is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
In just a couple of minutes, I'm getting ready to play a mashup that we hear on the show and on the team, Brittany Page and me and my producer, Chris. We put together this mashup that I think is pretty comprehensive and proves the point that I tried to make last week, that Donald Trump is asleep at the wheel. He is not effectively president of the United States. He has Will Sharf, his Project 2025 whisperer, following him around, explaining executive orders to him because he has no idea what's going on. It doesn't mean, by the way, that just because Donald Trump is a puppet of the Project 2025 white Christian nationalists, that he doesn't share their ideology. He everything has to be explained to him because he is just checked out, but it doesn't mean he's not willingly going through with what's taking place right now. He's a puppet, which, remember back in 2016, I think it was the third presidential debate between he and Hillary Clinton, and she made what could be looked upon now as a very prescient statement about him being a puppet. In this case, it was Vladimir Putin's. Remember this moment.
And she's playing chicken. Look, Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians.
And now he's a puppet of many. One being Will Sharf, the nursemaid, the Project 2025 whisperer, as I said. And Donald Trump has signed 150 executive orders. Remember when they talked about Barack Obama wanting to be a king because he ruled by executive order? By the way, let me look at this real quick. The American Presidency Project from UC Santa Barbara, they put together these numbers just to show you the totality of executive orders that were signed by Barack Obama. 276 in 8 full years, 2 terms. Donald Trump, in his time as president, his first 4 years, and his first 3 months of this term, 376 total executive orders. Tell me who wants to be a king, who wants to rule as a king. We know that it's Donald Trump. I mean, the White House even shared his little AI-generated image of long live the king. He absolutely does. And he's ordering, through executive order, that the birthright citizenship be ended, a power he does not have through executive order. He cannot amend the Constitution. He wants to erase the existence of trans people, but he wants to erase the contributions of black people in this country, women in this country, LGBTQ people in this country, migrants, their contributions, both economically, culturally, socially. He wants to erase them. He's literally erasing photographs from government websites that chronicle and chart the contributions of black folks and gay people, trans people, women, others in this country. And he's doing it with the help of these ghouls. Now, look, I did a video last week. Where is it? It was titled, "It's clear now Donald Trump isn't actually president." And the thumbnail said, "We have no president." I got pushback for it. Well, this is just a conspiracy theory. Obviously, he's president. Obviously, he is president. But what would the right-wing media be doing right now if Joe Biden was signing executive orders and had someone that had to explain to him before he signed it what it was that he was signing? And this has happened dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Look, I don't know how much more evidence people need to understand that Donald Trump is not in control here. And he has no idea what he's doing. But maybe this will seal the deal for you.
Thank you very much. We have some executive orders that we're going to be signing, so I'd ask Will to maybe explain them.
Yes, Mr. President.
Who was in charge of this one? And this was on gas heaters.
Next, Mr. President, we have House Joint Resolution 24.
And what do they do?
They
increase the energy efficiency requirements.
That's a big one, isn't it, huh? Common sense. Okay, Will, go ahead.
Next, sir, this is House Joint Resolution 42.
Explain that, please.
Sure. And lastly, sir, we have House Joint Resolution 75.
Do you have the sink one in here? The sinks and, okay.
Thank you.
You want to discuss that?
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. Maybe I'll ask Will to step forward, go through some of these.
Sir, the first executive order. Next for you, sir.
Will we look into the past people? Is that part of this? And this pretty much does it, right?
Sir, a major priority. This next executive order. Next, sir, we have an executive order. Next, sir, we have an executive order. Lastly, sir, we have an executive order.
I'm going to sign it now, and maybe I'll ask you, Will, to explain a little bit about it.
Of course, sir.
I just want to ask Will to come over. I've just finished signing some executive orders, and if we could start with that, Will, you might want to come up here and just explain what we did.
Good afternoon, y'all.
I'll ask Will to go over these individually.
We have 56 sub-cabinet level appointments. Second, we have acting designations. Next, sir, the Federal Executive Institute. Next, this is an executive order relating to the use of paper straws. Nobody really likes paper straws.
Number one trending. Okay. We're signing a regulation bill, and you might want to discuss it, please. Somebody could explain it.
First, we have a list of pardons and commutations.
And how many people are this? Anything you want to explain about this?
This is a proclamation. This is an executive order. This next executive order. This is actually an executive order.
It's a big one.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is an executive order. This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship.
That's a big one.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
This is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
Tell me who the puppet is again. Look, we are in a dangerous situation in the country when Donald Trump has no idea day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute what is going on around him, what policies he's enacting through executive order and presidential memorandum. He doesn't know. And it's dangerous. That in itself is dangerous. And the danger is compounded when we look at who actually is in control of the levers of power. That it's white Christian nationalists. It's chaos agents at the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025. It's people like Will Sharf. It's people like Stephen Miller. It's people like Steve Bannon. That is extra concerning. That there's an effort underway to drag us back to days of segregation. Donald Trump is allowing military contractors that they're given preference if they don't have discrimination, anti-discrimination policies. That's what's happening. Donald Trump is ordering age-old, generations-old policies of desegregation to be done away with. He wants to drag us back to the 1950s, to the 1940s, to the 1930s, when Jim Crow was the law of the land, that under the power and weight of government, people were discriminated against, oppressed. They denied that Project 2025 was going to be the deal. Oh, I don't know anything about that. What? And then just so happened to put everybody in place who had the Project 2025 designed, authored. What a weird coincidence. Yet, eggs were expensive. And now we've got the puppet of puppets in the presidency having to have everything explained to him. What do you think? I would love your opinion on this. Let's have a conversation in the comments below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with new people. You can also call the voicemail line and leave me a fewer than 3-minute voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work. You can click below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/idoubtitpodcast. If you really want to support, share this video. Share this video with someone who needs this information and needs this ammunition in arguments about what is taking place in our country. That Donald Trump, look, again, if Joe Biden, Fox News would not shut the fuck up if this is what the case was during Joe Biden's administration. Yet it's crickets everywhere because it's Donald Trump. And more people need to know. More people need to see it in video form, because that apparently is convincing to some people. I love and appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.